So hello guys and welcome back. What a match that was, but we still got one more great match for you all. But you are watching the AcadArena University Alliance Cup, Valorant powered by Globe and Twitch Student. 12 Alliance campus teams, one coveted slot to represent the Philippines in the PvP Esports Campus Championships this December. And hey, it's Jackson Oscar looking to do everything yet again with y'all, but this has been a wild ride of a day so far from top to bottom. Everything has been shaken. And well, after everything is said and done, this next game has really been affected by today because now we see this game really allowing contention to happen for that third slot, or yet again, another secure of the first seed. Who's fighting right now, Nausicaa?
All right, it's going to be FIT or FU Institute of Technology's iTamraos, who are 3-0 so far on their standing, and they're going to be facing Technological University of the Philippines Manila, or TUP's Gearhawk Esports, who are 1-3. They just had their first game of the day earlier up against USD's Teletigers, where they were able to win that one. So we're going to see if they can keep it up and actually follow suit on Oblation Esports title as the Titan Slayers of their group.
I was about to say, I've seen this story before, but hey, how about you guys? What story do you think this is gonna run? Well, let us know in the Virtual Hangouts chat. Rally Globe Prepaid Virtual Hangouts will be dropping 750 Valorant points for a fan. Just type hashtag Globe Prepaid Virtual Hangouts and your team of choice. So this time, it's hashtag FIT win or hashtag TUP win. And of course, get them before the game gets really started, because we will be picking a winner who cheered for the winning team. But it has been a wild ride so far, and I do not expect less from this next game. Gotta ask you, Nausicaa, any expectations for this game, and what map are we going to be getting for this last one?
Yeah, looking at the map, so we see Split and Ascent bans, and that means we are going to be going to Bind. So first Bind day of the day, at least for our last day here in the group stages. And looking at iTamraos, they're definitely the one who we're going to be leaning towards here, because they have had a 3-0 streak so far. Gearhawk Esports, they're 1-3. They did win one game earlier on today, so it means there could be some momentum, on their side as they move into this one. Of course, that remains to be seen as we go for Agent Select.
Okay, look, in all honesty, I have a lot of expectations here for the iTamraos. I've seen multiple of these players play before, and I know what they can do against many teams in and around the whole circuit in the Philippines. So, come on, iTamraos, show me what you always show me. But in the meantime, Gearhawk Esports, I've seen actually these guys play before also in the community, and from what we've seen, they're just able to actually, through grit, win out against Teletigers, be able to put them back in contention. And it's a similar case here, if I'm looking at our standings correctly, with the side of Gearhawk. They also want to try and make it to that 2-win marker to try and have a shot at that third seed. But there you go, agents have been selected. We're seeing distinct rosters this time as we get into Bind, and we are not going to be in a bind whatsoever, guys. We are in Bind, and we are going to be looking at how these CPs are going to be into play. We are going to be seeing how this uniqueness is going to be into play. And in all honesty, we're seeing something completely different from what we've seen today. Different agents, different setups. And here on Bind, it really is originality and comfort coming together as one. Last match, though, of the night. It's already nighttime. We started all the way back in the afternoon. But it's the iTamraos versus the TUP Gearhawk Esports. And let's get into this game.
All right, it's going to be an interesting one. Like you mentioned, a bit of interesting agent picks in this game. Killjoy is not someone we've seen quite often throughout this tournament, so I'm curious to see how Gearhawk Esports are going to be playing this one out. Meanwhile, on the side of iTamraos, interesting thing, we don't see a Jet at all in this game, so that's something that we are not seeing in this match. Instead, we are going to be seeing Raze coming through from both sides, actually. So it's only a difference in Sentinels, the Killjoy and the Cypher for each side.
Exactly. What we are seeing, though, is that Raze is so good for Hookah and Cubby control. You throw down the paint shells, and no one can stay there whatsoever. It's like, hey, not gonna be allowed to play there whatsoever. And hey, it has really been interesting that here in the AcadArena circuit, we're seeing Arena as a very popular pick. Now, it really feels like it's such an all-in, and these teams are really living and dying by the Reina from whoever is able to actually win out the scoreline. But there's Germanium with a kill on the Worship. Kill in the meantime with a takedown undecided. Why the hell does he have the knife out? But Germanium still gets the takedown, and we are going to be getting this kind of game again. Sure, I like it already. Germanium able to get 3. Unfortunately, doesn't have any Devour nor dismiss charges to actually heal on up. And Admiral with a flag. Goodbye to Rajon there. It's going to be Itamara trying to hold 1v3 with Admiral on deck.
Man, you were just saying the all-in with the Reina, and that's exactly what we saw as they rushed into A site here. It's only Admiral left up against the 3 members here of Gearhawk Esports to see if you can make it work. Germanium just waiting, looking for the shot here. But it is going to be Ian Des who gets the kill there against Admiral. First round going to Gearhawk Esports.
Gearhawk Esports had the numbers advantage. And oh yeah, before I forget, happy birthday, Bat Ghost, even though it's not his birthday. Don't worry about it, guys. And yeah, Itamara is going to be going at it again. It's a bit of a gift for him if he actually watches this VOD again. But look at this. Itamara, they are going to be defending potentially the Bucky here on Worship. Gearhawk Esports, though, in the meantime, playing triple Ghost, which does mean that they are going to be playing a eco-centric second round. 1 Spectre, 1 Stinger. Never mind. I am completely wrong because they decided to buy SMGs instead. So they are looking to dominate. They're looking to secure this second round, and we'll see how far they can go with these guns.
Well, after that thing Germanium just did earlier with a 3K, I'm sure they're looking to dominate throughout this match. We see them actually approaching B site here. 3 waiting here on long, while 2 are coming through hookah. So see how Itamara's are going to defend this. We see them actually swarming through spawn now. Meanwhile, the Omen is waiting over there on A, just in case there are any lurkers, but a couple of shots go through. 1-for-1 trade there as Admiral gets the 1-tap onto Cyanide.
And Germanium and Admiral getting 1 apiece, but there you go. The 1-tap god is going to be hugging us today. But Rajon with the Stinger instead. And goodbye to Worship inside there. So for now, Gearhawk Esports, they know they have the gun advantage. They know that they have the numbers advantage, but Batghost able to swoop in and gets that Bucky. Lear, though, in the air. Perfect paranoia. Admiral trying to be sneaky, but unfortunately, Blitzen is already there to watch on that. And Batghost is the one lurking here on the elbow. Surprise, surprise. Germanium will get that takedown. Gearhawk using their guns and getting that win.
All right, Itamara's able to get 1, so that's as much as they could get from that save round there against Gearhawk Esports, who did decide to go for nearly a full Spectre buy throughout that match, or rather that round. They are going to go for full shields here on this round, but that does give the slight advantage here over the Itamara's, who are going to be going for 3 Phantoms, a Vandal, and of course the Bulldog on Admiral there.
Yeah, we'll see though. Bulldog gonna be into play indeed for Admiral. Seems like he was really going for the focus in terms of utility, and he doesn't want to play Guardian. That's pretty much it. He was like, look at how much money he has. Not gonna be a Guardian, but no, not for him. Not for him today. Still though, Gearhawk Esports, they can go for the run and gun strategy again. They are gonna move on though to A side because they have read that Itamara's will triple stack on B, and that they did. Good call here for TUP. They want to make this push happen, and we'll see if the shower control can work out in their favor.
Yeah, we're seeing a long push here coming in from Itamara's Reina, who's going to be flanking, as you can see there on the backside, coming in from spawn. We see the Boombot come through. Ian Des trying to create an opening for his team. Pain Shells come through as well, so slowly utility being used. Oh, and actually going to be a kill there onto Germanium, so that's 1 person down there on the side of Gearhawk Esports.
Make that too, because there we go, getting killed, but Ian Desu and Blitzen on over, but Batghost with the flag, and there you go, Batghost knows where to go, and we know that he can play the lamps very, very well. Here we go with the shots, Batghost gonna get 4, and he's a bat of hell. Seems like the Itamara is looking pretty prim and proper with this man on a mission.
Oh man, Batghost pretty much winning that round for his team there, so that is gonna be their first win here in this match, and hopefully for them, that's going to be momentum on their side to really prove that they are the top seed here for their group. Of course, Gearhawk Esports momentum could also be on their side because they did just win against the UST Teletigers earlier on this afternoon. We'll have to see if they can give Itamara's their first loss today.
It might be a possibility. This is really a day of upsets from the start to the finish. If there were pick'ems, honestly, the day would be, you guys are all wrong, basically. Maybe it's because I showed up on cast. It's like, first time here? It's like, you guys are all wrong now. But it really goes to show, though, that all of these teams can have, on any given day, perform. And it really goes to show that here in the University Alliance Cup, these teams are really some of the best between the collegiate side. But the Fiend right now keeping an eye out. There's the camera. Flight still from Ian Desu. He gets on over. Page just to blow up the Cypher, trying to keep an eye out indeed. But Worship, you gotta pray to him because he's gonna go for the flag. Goodbye to side 8 already. Admiral dueling against Romania, but Worship up on top. He's just being a flag machine here, but he will go down to the hand of Rage on 3v2. Spike is planted, and Itamra is trying to recompense and regroup. And there you go, back goes and Kiel. They make it so quick. It's suddenly 2v1, 20 HP, but back still falls. Ian Desu surviving this 1v1 now. The Omen though will keep. Kiel will get that takedown, and finally pass the rock as Itamra will make it a potential 2-2 scoreline.
So close for the raise there, man. If she had just waited actually in that little cart right there, that container, maybe she could have survived. But then again, she was already quite low on HP, so that is going to be going over the Itamra's 2-2. So things are tied up. Things are looking good for them. Let's see who is going to break this and maybe give themselves a lead in this match.
Good comeback though from Itamra's. They have gotten their guns, they have gotten rhythm, and right now they are going to have 4 rifles and a stinger to wrap it up. In the meantime, Gearhawk saying, okay, sheriff time. We've seen a one-tap be possible before. Maybe we can do it again. A-Stack going to be in order, looking to play for the short and even the shower. So it's the split actually here on A. Worship though, aggressing. He knows this is his time. This knows he is, can punish everyone. And there you go, 3 in a row for AcadArena.
Oh my god, Worship just walking up on A main and taking 3 out. So it's only 2 left, and they are actually here on the backside towards showers. Let's see if Batgos can clean up himself. That's 1 headshot. Unfortunately, unable to get the second one there. And now it's only going to be Ian Des with that sheriff taken out though by Kiel. And Itamra's continuing the win here.
Yeah, they knew how to tighten that news and really make sure that the opponents were choked in that corner. Really good call. It's an eco round there for the side of Gearhawk. No one to really punish this Reyna. And if ever there's another gun on the other side, 1 kill and a dismiss is the best possible thing he can do. So Worship, he gets 3, he gets healed, and that's that. Itamra's taking the lead and proving to us why they have a perfect record so far.
All right, rifles all around though. Of course, the credits. The Itamers are in the lead in terms of economy. Looking at the ultimates, both sides do have 3 ultimates, so this could be a very even round given the resources that each team has. We're seeing TUP, actually Gearhawk walking up through long here. And let's see if the Itamers can get some information actually. So far, no cams to spot this out. Although that is Admiral waiting on elbow.
And I was actually a little confused from the split screen for once, because like, are they actually going for short and long? But no, they've heavily stacked on long side, which will allow timers to use the hookah there if need be. But the Hunter's Furies are crossing, and who can get the kill onto who? Showstopper the way to play, and that's gonna get taken down by the Fiend, and even gets rid of the boom bot, but Cyanide is still there. Suddenly it's 4v4, but the lockdown here from Gearhawk is giving them a dome safety, and it's up to Itamras to play the long range game to get those takedowns. Germanium already going down, 2 seconds left, but already 2 heads going down to the hand of Worship. There we go with potential third. The Empress is absolutely online, and it is ding dong. The witch is dead because everyone is dead indeed from the side of Gearhawk. What an Empress play there from Worship.
What is up with our Reynas, not just today, but in this tournament in general? You know, we saw players like Fael go really well with the Reyna earlier on today, and now it's Worship showing that he is the top fragger for his team. Things looking pretty good for Itamra's. It was a bit rough at the start, but now they've got a 2-round lead up against Gearhawk Esports. Looking at the ultimates as well, we've got 1 on the side of the Omen, and then they've got the Showstopper here for the Itamra's. See if they can keep this up. Looking at the rotation, it isn't going to be a stack onto B side this time. It is going to be up through A main, possibly, with a bomb here as well.
Yes, Spike is in their hands. They're splitting it up though, 3-2. 2 on the right side, 3 on the market side. And at the very least, a crossfire will be good if Worship decides to peek again. But there you go, Aldron gonna get spotted. Lear in order, AcadArena not really going for the full committed, just to make sure the opponent disengages. And Worship holding this angle, going for the taps, but Itamra's unable to get that kill, and Gearhawk cannot entry so far.
Right, I know ultimates used as well. And no from the shadows coming from the Omen, so it's going to be a slow approach here, although they are still stacked up towards A main. We see the Sova pushing up through showers here. No eyes there as yet, but the smokes are going to come through.
Yeah. Seems like Gearhawk changing their gears indeed. They moved over the Shower 2. Triple stack here on main. Worship gonna get smoked out. And now it's time for initiation. Beautiful paints will go throw, but kill, and Worship still there.
Ooh.
And the Omen up above. The Worship Reina out in front. And suddenly the box is not enough to protect them. Worship will get 3. iTamara's making it clean again. And patience apparently a virtue these Tamaras really have.
Oh man, Worship just shutting down the attack here from Gearhawk Esports. And now that it's going to be a 3-round lead for them so far. And Gearhawk Esports could be feeling pressured here again. The iTimers have hardly anything to lose. They're 3-0 so far on the standings, and they're clearly one of the top teams coming into this tournament. So it's Gearhawk Esports who have something to prove. They did prove something today as they were able to defeat the UST Teletigers, but now this is their chance to really make a showing up against the top team in their group.
Absolutely. You know, Gearhawk, oh, Admiral, he flicks, he goes for the shot, he is unable to get out. And there you go. That's actually Gearhawk having the advantage. Now, I'd say iTamaras, you have to watch out for these guys because half of them have really a lot of experience playing in Valorant, that's for sure, and then some. But for now, Gearhawk, these guys have really catered to play their best, especially today. And we'll find out if TUP can actually make that miracle run happen. Davin holding on to the other side. Seems like the Nanoswarm to get the zone though onto the Cypher. I like what Gearhawk is doing. They get the spike down, and even though this is an eco round for them, they have the man advantage and they have one rifle into play.
Devine so patiently waiting here in elbow. Can he get a couple of frags for himself though? The jump down coming in through Worship. Through, and a couple of members being taken down. Blitzen taken out. Devine, though, getting 2 kills before being taken down himself. It's a 2v2 as Worship takes out another. Is he going to be the one to shut down this attack yet again? It's only one left waiting here over at Garden. A couple of shots coming through, and that is going to be another kill going to Worship and another round to the iTamaras.
You know, Worship is just basically getting these kills when the opponents have shares. Worship is just basically bullying them right now with this 13-3. He goes ham, especially when he knows no one can really shoot him down. And there you have it. This Reina is completely in control and is a big reason why, pretty much the primary reason why iTamaras is in such a good spot. But Batco's kill, Admiral, even Davine, all doing their jobs. In all honesty, the scoreboard here might just be a bit more of an indicator of what iTamaras can do when given the guns and given the streak that they need to really dominate the opponents.
Right, very true. Now we're looking though, and it's rifles all around for both teams, so more of an even playing field. This time around, let's see if the Gearhawk Esports can make a reversal here and shut down iTamara's momentum as they've won a couple of rounds in streaks so far. It's something they're probably quite familiar with considering they are 3-0 on the standing. Looking at the ultimates, we've got 2 on each side. The attackers do have that Empress, of course, from the shadows, which hasn't been used yet actually by the Omen from Gearhawk Esports.
Yeah, we'll see what Gearhawk can actually do with their ultimates. Indeed, Empress also available, and Rayjon's from the shadows gonna be useful for that intel. We'll find out though how this is gonna work for them. But I feel like for iTamaras right now, they're looking for some very nefarious means, especially through Bat Ghost. Well, what can he do right now with those darts and those bolts? Worship though with the Leer, he's trying to make sure that he can actually the fight here on a main. There we go though with the quick little peek from both sides, jiggling on the round, but neither side relenting so far. Neither side really allowing them to go for the push. And you know, this works a lot better for iTamaras because they're on the defense and they can just hold as that. Oh, that shotgun just hits the box in front of them.
Oh, lots of utility being used here left toward U-Haul, and now the team of Gearhawk Esports are pushing in. Trades do happen, and the Empress comes through. Can Worship hold his ground here? Fires a couple of shots to fall to him, and now there's only one left on Gearhawk Esports side as the rest of the teammates here do the work. It's Blitzen on the other side, actually going to be able to plant here, get some credits for his team.
And Devine kind of surprised, but now he sees where the Killjoy is, and Worship still able to make it to get that kill instead. He's like, nope, my kill now. And even though we saw Gearhawk pop the Empress, apparently the crown will still stay on Worship's heads. 7-2, and there you go. iTamara's really controlling this game.
Yeah, just really solidifying the lead they've had so far. And, you know, Gearhawk Esports probably going to have to find an opening here. Going to try and mix things up because so far it's really just been Worship cleaning things up. They're going to have to find a way to take this guy out. Otherwise, left alive, this guy is really a threat in terms of really shutting down Gearhawk Esports' efforts to plant the bomb and secure themselves a win in this match.
Yeah, you know, sometimes you have to tell a story. Have you heard about the myth of worship? Is he like one of those beasts? Is he like a manticore, maybe a chimera even? But for now, we'll find out because Admiral apparently setting sail on Belong. And that is Ian Desu going down. You don't even need to read into the myth of Itamaras right now because every single man here can actually just pop off like crazy. And well, this defense is just looking to gear up for another aggressive play as the Bean gonna be sticking below the hookah so far.
All right, it's gonna be a split push through. We see the ult coming through. Worship trying to get a couple of kills here, a couple of shots rather. 6 HP though on him, trying to stay alive. See a couple of members also from Gearhawk Esports waiting over on Belong. Can they make this work even with a man down?
And we'll find out if they can actually do it because Germanium will even up the odds. 4v4, Worship going down. Apparently, these stories can get broken, and Gearhawk is the one who can break those chains. Can they make it through, though, even further? Look at how sneaky they are. That Killjoy has the spike again, has that lockdown, but there you go, 1-for-1 trade. Apparently, Germanium gets rid of the B, but Admiral's still there. And even with Gearhawk playing it smart, it's Itamaras having the man advantage after everything is said and done.
Yeah, we see them approaching now through spawn. Shots come through. Bat Ghost getting one, and it's only the Killjoy left here. Can she keep this alive? Can she finally shut down this momentum? Unfortunately not. Blitzen is going to go down, and yet another round going to the Itamaras.
Itamaras, these guys are okay. They're even just shock darting themselves by these points. It really just proved how much they know this map. And in all honesty, when you look at Valorant, the first map you'll probably learn how to play is Bind. It's a very, very simple map. Even though there are TPs, it's pretty straightforward how A and B work. And for a lot of these guys, a lot of the playing time and experience that they've had so far has really helped them out to be so confident on a map like this. Know when to push, know when to expose their opponent, know when to wait. And for now, this is just FIT really bringing in every little bit of that experience and knowledge to the best degree.
Very, very true. Bind, definitely an interesting, and yet it's straightforward map. It was the most popular map, I think, that was picked during the first week here, and we saw how things could really easily be in the advantage of one team if they get the ball going, rather get the ball rolling. Let's see. Oh, one tap there coming through for Worship, taking out Ian Des and then a turret. See if he can keep this up as he aggressively pushes his defense here.
And Gearhawk, as there you go with the Boombot actually racing on through, and Worship gets that takedown. Rage on though with the refrag on. Seems like though our Boombot does blow up, but Batghost is still there. And now 4v2, make that 3v1. Admiral with the pickoff, Cyanide with the refrag, and Batghost now is looking to push this as Cyanide shocking himself because of the paranoia. But I gotta say for Gearhawk, they just have to get back to the gear they started this game with. They got the first 2 rounds already, and they have to figure out what to really do against Itamaras. So what speed works best for them, what kind of push works best for them, because Itamaras has answered them every single time with that arsenal into play. And for Gearhawk, it's now or never to try and make it to that 3rd slot.
All right, we got one left here, slowly, sneakily looking for the plant on A site. He actually gets it down, and there's no one here except for the Omen. We'll see. TP comes through though, so there's pretty much one person coming through every possible angle here. Cyanide looking through spawn, one coming through main and one through showers. Gets the one. There's 2 left. He's got some time. Gonna pick up the gun there. Meanwhile, other members approaching the site.
Going over to the high ground. Hunter's Fury, good call. Does get a tag onto the Sova, but apparently there we have the Omen of kill. Realize the situation, and that is the kill instead. Now I like the play, but unfortunately, Kiel reacting so quickly. And Itamaras, this is a killer instinct that we haven't really seen all day. These guys know how to dominate, and that they've been doing in their group stage, and that they've been doing in this match.
God, when you allow a top team to get in the zone and secure a lead this big, that's really where it gets dangerous here. Gearhawk Esports is going to take a really big effort for them to try and turn things around for themselves. But at this point, you can see the Itamaras are just so comfortable at this point in the game. They're shock darting left and right, regardless of where it's going. Yeah. They've got this huge man lead in a lot of the rounds. So we'll have to see how Gearhawk Esports deals with situations like this, because it does seem that in terms of tiers, it seems like iTimers are just in a whole different league here.
And right now, though, that's going to be one tier too high up. Operator is its own tier. And from afar, it does get a kill there. So Gearhawk, the last round before the side to swap, might as well risk it all and play the up. There's the flight slow, the Fiend trying to hold. And Ian Desu cannot just go for the Sugoi there as Blitzen in the meantime with the refrag in position. Gearhawk right now with the advantage, but Worship looking for the flank. Hunter's Fury also available. Can be a safe angle. And Worship dodging the shot. This can allow him to go for the push. Germania swapping the gun though over to the rifle instead. And kill with its kill. Worship is there. Here we go with the 3v2. Can they actually make this happen? The spray down is in position. There's the Omen coming closer and closer, but Rayjon gonna get that kill. And this time there's the Hunter's Fury to get the zone. Worship looking for the crossfire shot. This misses, but doesn't see someone behind him. And Backghost will be the one to wrap it up instead. iTamaras, this herd is unbreakable, and they will finish up this half 10-2.
That was the closest that they've got in the past few rounds to finally securing a round win. You know, earlier on in that round, things were looking so good for Gearhawk Esports. They had the man lead, they had the plant down. But in the end, of course, they still would have to defend the spike. And iTamaras, you know, just calm and composed. They went for that retake and were able to take out the members of Gearhawk Esports one by one. Just showing really, again, why they are the top team in this group.
It's ridiculous. This iTamara squadron, look at the roster, and I already knew that great things were upon them. But you cannot count out Gearhawk Esports. In all honesty, these guys have proven before that they have it in them to win, and it was the day. So if they can do it again, they will show that they deserve to try and contend for that third spot in the playoffs. Here in the University Alliance Cup, these games can go as close as can be. Sure, we see a big scoreline right now, but if Gearhawk can get the momentum again on this first round in the second half, then maybe, just maybe, it's a hope and a prayer to allow them to maybe get this win.
All right, now we have the iTamaraus on the attacking side here. Paint shells come through. Let's see if Worship can finally use that aggression and put it to good use as they are on the attacking side. We see them moving in. Gets that kill onto Blitzen. Okay, taken out though. Wow, Saine getting 2 here. And Admiral going to be trading as well. It's going to be 3v1 as iTamaraus dominate this whole site. And now Rayjon could be too late here to stop the plant. Gets to the one tap though onto Admiral.
I love it. What a shot there from Rayjon. Really just going on through getting the Nagel angle. But our Omen now has to contend not with Swoon 1, but the pushing bat goes. And perfect time. Here's the reload. There you go. iTamaras now with gun advantage coming into the next round. And looking like that this is going to be a match point situation for them very soon.
Oh man, iTamaraus still again just dominating. Gearhawk Esports, you know, like we've mentioned, they've definitely shown their fighting spirit, trying their best to find an opening here, and it seemed in certain rounds, it definitely seemed like they could have won them. But in the end, it's just the iTamaraus, you know, just composed and able to retake the site, and now that they're on attacking side, it's all just a matter of using this lead and using that momentum to really secure themselves as the top team in their group.
But Gearhawk, they know what the situation is. Time for the force buy, now or never. And Admiral looking to jump on top. The shot though doesn't connect, and that's gonna be the Fiend helping out. And there we go with the 1-for-1. Jermanian though getting the clock on. Easy takedown onto Worship with a tap. And here comes Rayjon and Kel getting the refrag on one apiece. But the Fiend is still there. Ian Desu now with a kill as well. And Gearhawk with his force buy, making the odds 2 versus 1. iTamaraus, they need to make sure that they get this round if they want that match point. But the sneaky Meister himself, the one who's really known to play subterfuge, kill in the backside. And the question is, does the Killjoy know this is coming? Alarm bot is there. He can go for the TP here, Nausicaa, but it might get heard. What's the play kill? Decision. Seems like the alarm bot does get the ring. And there you go. There's the Dave Blitzen. Will get that takedown, and Gearhawk survives with that force buy.
All right, tough position for Kiel to be there, but of course, Gearhawk Esports gonna say we take those. You know, that's gonna be one round for them. Finally, shutting down that momentum that the iTamaraus have had for, I can't even count how many rounds they've won in a streak already. But again, we're a couple of rounds in. It's only 2 left to go before the iTamaraus are able to cement themselves as the top in their group. And Gearhawk Esports really just trying to find a way to secure a round here.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Itameras, as soon as they got their first point, they got their first 11 points. That was that. That was a long streak. But Gearhawk, at the very least, breaking that one. And now they have a chance to fight. They can get their buys here. And now Itameras is forced to play the eco instead because of that forced buy success from Gearhawk. And at the very least, they're holding on to those default angles. Gearhawk knows they have the advantage, but they don't really want to do what Itameras have been doing. That they're like, okay, we'll push. We'll go for the kills early. They want to play it defensively. They want to play it safe. And right now, it's working out for them pretty well.
Yes, indeed. They're going to stick to this approach. It's going to be waiting here, Rajon with the Phantom, waiting on backside. And it seems like it's going to be a full-on push here onto B side. Gets one kill, though, onto Worship. That's their top fragger down. And Germanium gets another one there onto Devine. So it's going to be a 3v5.
Yeah, there we go. Gearhawk holding the line. They got that Phantom in hand, and Rajon doing all he can and more to really hold the line. Ian Desu also there. Now it's Kiel all alone. And come on, are we gonna get the Sheriff Tap Frenzy? Is this gonna be a one-tap machine waiting to boot up? He might be able to go for the orb here just in case he wants a consolation prize, but Kiel, he refuses to
30
lose.
seconds left.
He wants to go for the kills here, Nausicaa. What are the odds of him making this happen? It's
Oh
one
my
shot for 3, one to the head for 2 more. And Kiel, can he do it? No. All the hype for nothing. Germanium will shut that down, and Gearhawk will get around again.
I mean, that definitely would have been one for the highlight reels if he could have gotten 5 one-taps in that round to secure themselves a 12th round win. But of course, Gearhawk Esports are going to get that. However, it is a very tall mountain to climb. 11-4 on the score. No ultimates for either side. Looking at the buys here, we've got rifles all around, though a couple of bulldogs on the side of Itamrao. Seems they are going to force this, use that economy to secure themselves, try to level the playing field, and possibly bring them one step closer to a victory.
And they do have to level a few things, like the KD ratio of what we've seen from Worship and Gatko is ridiculous numbers with over 20 kills for that Reyna, and Batko's just refusing to basically die multiple rounds. But Blitzen now, good nanoswarms to stall for time. Doesn't really get anyone with it, but hey, it's all about control right now, and Gearhawk needs every little bit of that Locust in position. Worship, though, inside the smoke, might be able to push. Rajon now all the way all alone on B sites. And with a triple stack on A, it's a good call here from Gearhawk, but can Itamaros actually force their hand and move on through to the site as Blitzen backs on away?
Right, we got one ultimate on the side of the Itamaros here. We got from the Omen. It seems like the push is starting to come through here from Itamaros as they swarm onto A site. We see the rotation coming through from another member. Ian Des gets the kill onto Kiel. Tries to get another, but he's taken down. It's a 3v3. Cyanide falls as well. Things are still even, but the spike has not been planted just yet.
And there you go. Spike now being planted. Apparently, if you grow a tree, it will grow up eventually. But right now, Itamra is going to be looking to grow and blow up a site instead. Germanium, though, going to be on the high ground. Reyna Omen versus the Raze and the Cypher. Different sets of utilities, different positions, and it's a stalemate of epic proportions till one decides to bite and decides to push on forward. So Germanium with the Lear already looking on around. Omen right in front of him. Seems like Gearhawk on the east side. It's going to be Itamra's on the west. They've made basically a virtual wall right now. Devine, though, looking to wait it out. And the patience killing absolutely everyone. So we already see the Cypher going for initial shots. Rajon, though, with the lineup, with the takedown. 2v1, there's the flat. And Germanium is in the perfect place at the perfect time to keep Gearhawk alive in this game.
Oh, well played from Gearhawk Esports. Able, to use their utility really well in the last few seconds of that round to secure themselves that retake. So good composure from them on their side, even though the pressure is pretty much all on them, as Itamaros are a couple of rounds away from securing this match. They can't give up, and it's really great to see them continuing, that solid effort to secure these rounds.
And, it really brings us to a bit of the shade of the last match that we were able to showcase here on stream. But this time, the roles have been reversed. It is going to be, of course, our favorite having the lead and the underdog with the disadvantage. But it's the same grit that we're seeing. Neither side refusing to basically lose. They are just keeping things up. They are still going for the fight. And Germanium, he wants to really risk it all and go for the Lear inside the hookah. Very dangerous against the Raze. One call here from Itamaros. Well, that can be Germanium's worst nightmare, but the Empress apparently scary enough, and Germanium holding here on B-Short so far.
Yeah, we see Itamaros actually able to charge up 4 ultimates. So this could be a useful thing for them to secure. Wait, Germanium getting 2 kills here, actually on defense. So things looking really good for Gearhawk Esports here. as we see a rotation onto A main from the Itamaros.
And there we go, rotations, but Itamara's already down by 2. Gearhawk really proving that they deserve to be in this fight, and there you go again, with the Nanoswarm popping at the right time. Now, on that Killjoy, sure, a lot of nerfs for her, but the Nanoswarm has been buffed for extra damage as well as being more undetectable from that range, but not Batghost. Or about Batghost here, just playing the range, getting the tap there, Worship in the meantime, also on the board, and Itamara's trying to brute force with the clutch, but Germanium has got it for. Will we get an ace on stream? Will we see this Reyna get the clutch? But for now, Gearhawk, they don't want to risk it all. One shot for either of these contenders will end their life.
Oh my god, there's like 1 HP on each of these guys right now. Smoke comes through, it's 10 seconds left, and Germanium just waiting over here in U-Hall. Here's the plant, but it's a fake. Smoke is still there, comes through. Germanium with 20 HP, gonna try and circle through this smoke to find him. The plant does go through, and now he's going to go for the defuse or the kill. That's going to be Kiel actually securing that kill there, and they're 1 round away from winning this match.
One round away and 1 letter away from being Kill himself. He can't spell Kill without the K, the I, and the L. And well, that clutch was just perfectly placed. They played Ring Around the Rosie, and in the end, it was the side of Gearhawk falling down. And Itamara's, they want to basically secure a first seed. They want to get that bye. And with a 4-0, then they are just basically 1 step away from doing it perfectly. But hey, they still need 1 more round here and now. And Gearhawk, they whip out the operator. It's a last-ditch effort here from the Reyna.
Yeah, in the end, it's all about the round right in front of you. 3 ultimates here on the side of the Itamaros. So that is their advantage in terms of utility. Lots of HP being lost here by Worship. Loses his shield as the Hunter's Fury comes through. Cyanide takes out Devine. Okay, oh, there's another kill actually from Batghost. He takes out 2 with the Hunter's Fury, and this could be an advantage for Itamaros, but however, the numbers are in favor of Gearhawk Esports on the defending side. Can they keep themselves going in this match?
Oh, Batghost, though, he's in danger here because Kill gotta be close enough as well. And here comes the solo of Cyanide instead. And now it is 2v2. Itamaros playing a back-to-back action. And there we go. The danger has really passed on Batghost, but Kill will get caught out instead by the operator. Now, it's time for Batghost to move over to B side. Can he clutch it here with the spike down?
He's got 2 shock darts and a full shield. Meanwhile, Germanium, of course, he's got that up. And he's got his teammate Rage on as well here with the shields and utility as well. It gets smoked out here from Garden as they make their approach. We see one moving towards the bomb, another pushing through to try and secure this round, or is Batghost gonna be the one to win this? He's through, goes for the shot, gets the headshot onto Rage on, and now it's a 1v1 situation.
Oh, he's buying so much time here, Nausicaa, and that spike is ticking. It seems like Germanium is holding his butt to get there, but no, sir! Itamaros will say, I will win. Batghost again, just watching out, and that is that. 4-0 for Itamaros. No upset this time to end it all. Itamaros with all that experience in the world and more to give themselves such a good buffer and basically secure themselves a slot into next week.
Yeah, so just so many intense matches today. Unfortunately, of course, we only have 1 winner for every match, and this one is going to go to Itamaros as they secure a 4-0, so they remain undefeated, basically moving into the playoffs, and that's definitely such a great amount of momentum, you know, for a team to move into the playoffs and basically secure themselves pretty much a first seed and get themselves to the semis. Unfortunately, of course, that means Gearhawk Esports to make it to the playoffs, but you definitely have to commend the effort. We saw them, you know, so many moments where they could have won the round, but of course, like we said, Itamaros, it seems like they're quite on a bit of a different league here compared to our other teams, and so just such a commendable performance for them, and definitely well deserved for them to move on to the playoffs.
Experience matters, and I gotta say, when you look at first Worship and Batghost already, you already know that they play on a completely different level here from the rest of the league, and it just goes to show that having all of that experience really helps them out in such a way. Batghost, this man deserves not to be on the bench whatsoever. He is always prime and ready for action, doing an amazing job here, there, and everywhere, and really clutching it out, surviving multiple times. Worship, he's just able to bully anyone in front of him. He's like, okay, you guys don't have rifles? Gotcha. 3 kills. no problem. It's a security, it's a coupon you can really bank on. And for the rest of the Itamros, everyone really doing their job and more. They made sure that all the roles were filled, and I gotta give it to Kiel for being such a clutch factor, such a sneaky boy. But on the other side, when you look at the Gear Boys, it's really, there are some good upsides from them. And the first name I can always think of is Germanium. There were so many rounds that he took control of it for the side of TUP, and him getting second on the scoreboard only to worship really solidifies rather that. And it really goes to show that these teams have stepped up today. Everyone that we've seen so far knew that their lives were on the line, and even though not all of them did make it, it still was an amazing showcase. And there you go. What a game this was. And the last two matches were exceptionally crazy, weren't they?
Yeah, our teams really showed up on this last day of the group stage here at UAC Valorant. And that does mean that we will be moving on into the playoffs in the coming weekend, actually. So on November 21, we will be having the quarters, so the quarterfinals, and then of course the weekend after that, we're going to find out who will move on to the semifinals as we move on into the finals to end this month. So maybe we can take a look at the standings so far, just to give everyone an idea of where everyone is at. So of course, we just saw the iTamara secure themselves 4-0 undefeated here in Group A. And of course, just a bit behind are the Malayan Warlocks here at 3-1. And then we've got the LG Esports and Mustang Warriors at 2-1 and 2-3. And then Gearhawk Esports, of course, we just saw, and the Teletigers landing on 1-4. Meanwhile, Group B.
There you go, Group B. We got Spades up on top. Valiant Archangels going to be on a 3-1 as well for this Arcus with a 2-1. But there you go, with the latter half being pretty much secured. Golden Eagles and Ablation Esports at a 2-3 and Harabons at a 1-4. So basically, this means the only way that Golden Eagles and Ablation Esports have a chance is we see Verdus lose their 2 games. But the top 1 spot still up to grabs after the amazing upset there from the UPD guys. And what a day this has been. It has been absolutely crazy. And I'm glad to be here at the tail end, because I'm like, hey, what is this? What is this tournament? It's like, look at this, the UAC. And then suddenly you see games this explosive, games this upsetting. And it's not in a bad way. It's just if you had those pick'ems right, Nausicaa, this would be the upset days, like 1%. 10%, nah, that's the win right there. You put all your chips on the line and you can make it happen. But you guys have been so supportive for your teams. And even though we're going to be saying goodbye to almost half of them, aren't we, for the next week, it really goes to show that you guys have been very supportive for every single one of your universities. And we appreciate that so far in all of the rallies that we have done. But what a game that was too. But iTamros, they have proven to basically be the next level there. So anything else you want to say there, Nausicaa, before we wrap up this day? Because this was just a great way to end off the group stage.
Yeah, I mean, I was going to say, the group stages have just been so intense. We saw a lot of great showing from a lot of the teams. But of course, we can only have a couple of them move on to the playoffs. It's so great, though, like you mentioned, to see such explosive games. And I'm sure we can expect to see the same when we move on to the playoffs in the coming weekend. So remember to always, look at the updates, of course, on AcadArena's Facebook page for the schedule in the upcoming playoffs. The quarterfinals coming in the next Saturday. Basically, we'll be sticking to a similar schedule. So do watch out for that. But I can't wait to see the quarterfinal performances from our teams.
Exactly. And then on Sunday, you're going to have the semifinals. And then at the end, that last Saturday of the month, you have the grand finals, which is the best of 5. As we said, a lot of new changes and updates going to be coming your way for the playoffs. So you already know you better get your shades and get your coats, because we might see the sky the limit. And of course, the icebox, the frigid waste into our rotation. But we'll find out that in the future. This has been your group stage, and this has been another week of the AcadArena University Alliance Cup, powered by Globe and Twitch Student, an official collegiate partner of Riot Games in the Philippines and the road to PvP Esports Campus Championships. I've been Dax, and I've been joined by Nausicaa. We'll see you guys in the next week.